The modern world is loud, not just with noise, but with information. Opinions collide, thoughts overlap, and the mind is pulled in 1,000 directions at once. Yet long before notifications, algorithms, and endless content, ancient thinkers faced a similar problem. How do we think clearly in a world designed to distract us? Clarity, they believed, is not given, it is trained. The problem is not the world, it is mental clutter. We often believe confusion comes from complexity, but ancient philosophers saw it differently. They understood that the mind becomes unclear, not because there is too much to think about, but because it refuses to choose what truly matters. The Stoics warned against mental overload. Buddhist thinkers spoke of the monkey mind, a mind jumping endlessly from one thought to another. Today we call it overstimulation. When the mind consumes everything, it understands nothing. Clear thinking begins with subtraction, not addition. Rule 1. Separate what is real from what is imagined. Ancient philosophy begins with a simple discipline. Distinguish reality from interpretation. Events happen, but suffering begins when the mind adds meaning, fear, and assumption. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by things themselves, but by the stories we tell about them. A clear mind asks, what do I know for certain? What am I assuming? What am I fearing without evidence? Clarity is not emotional numbness. It is intellectual honesty. Rule 2. Slow the mind before you trust it. The ancient world valued slowness, not because life was easier, but because wisdom requires space. Fast thinking reacts. Slow thinking understands. The Taoists believe that rushing the mind disconnects us from truth. The Greeks practiced long reflection, not instant judgment. A clear mind pauses. It observes. It waits before concluding. In a world obsessed with speed, slowness becomes an act of intelligence. Rule 3. Master attention or lose the mind. Attention is the foundation of clear thinking. Ancient thinkers treated attention as sacred. What you focus on shapes who you become. Marcus Aurelius warned that the mind becomes colored by the thoughts it dwells on. Buddhist teachings centered entire practices around training attention. Today, attention is constantly stolen. A scattered mind cannot think deeply. A divided mind cannot think clearly. Clarity requires choosing again and again where the mind is allowed to rest. Rule 4. Reduce desires to reduce confusion. Desire clouds judgment. Ancient philosophies across cultures reach the same conclusion. The more we want, the less clearly we see. Desire pulls the mind into the future. Regret traps it in the past. The present becomes invisible. When desires multiply, decisions become distorted. When desires quiet down, clarity returns. Clear thinking does not demand the absence of desire, but the discipline to not be ruled by it. Rule 5. Accept uncertainty without panic. The ancient mind was comfortable with uncertainty. The modern mind fears it. Yet uncertainty is not confusion. It is honesty. Socrates believed wisdom began with recognizing what we do not know. The Stoics accepted that much of life remains outside human control. A clear mind does not need absolute certainty to move forward. It thinks clearly even when answers are incomplete. Rule 6. Align thought with action. Ancient philosophy was practical. Thinking was not separate from living. A thought that never influences action loses clarity. Confusion grows when beliefs and behavior conflict. Clarity grows when thought and action align. The mind becomes clearer when life becomes simpler, more intentional, more consistent. Clarity is not just how you think, it is how you live. Rule 7. Return to silence. Regularly, silence was essential to ancient thinkers, not as escape, but as calibration. In silence, the mind reorganizes itself. Noise fades. Priorities reappear. A clear mind is not constantly stimulated. It has moments of stillness. Even brief silence restores depth to thought. Conclusion. Clarity is a discipline, not a gift. Clear thinking is not intelligence, it is practice. The ancient rules remain powerful because the human mind has not changed. Only the world around it has. To think clearly today requires intention, restraint, and courage. Courage to slow down. Courage to question assumptions. Courage to protect the mind. The world will remain loud, but clarity has always belonged to those willing to cultivate it. And that discipline is as ancient as wisdom itself.